Hi, I'm Joshua Farley.
And I'm Marcus Soto.
And this is Inside Our Industry, where we share weekly insights on everything to do with the electric and solar industry, contracting, and best practices. We're playing mystery game again. Yeah. Here we go. Do I want to play mystery game again?
We'll see what happens.
Is your bathroom fan broken? Just plug in too hot air. He's got fucking...
Oh my...
You know, like blow dryers in there? Is that what that is?
Yeah. I think those are blow dryers.
I love how they've got this transformer, this coil that they're making right there.
Ingenuity at its finest right there.
Is it hardwired? It is hardwired. They bypassed that little plug here because there's a plug there. Looks like for the...
They took it out and hardwired it in.
They hardwired... Wait, did they hardwire this extension cord in to feed into this and now these are hot?
Well, yeah, I was like, what is this?
It looks like it's wired in here to the black, which is plugged in to this back feed. No, yeah, it's got it's back feeding, so that's got to be hot. Woo! I love it.
This is almost like the last episode where we were talking about
they don't sell those. That was a sign at Ace Hardware.
Yeah,
a sign at Ace Hardware. Apparently, you can make your own. Although we knew that.
Yeah,
so be careful. How do you? Dude.
Wow. This is supposed to be for a wall receptacle. So it's a wall receptacle like 90 coming out. So
a receptacle, period.
Yeah.
It could have, I mean, that receptacle could be anywhere. That's a great picture.
You can dry your hair while you're taking a poop.
A couple weeks from now, we'll go over. couple weeks from now, we'll go over some pictures we have. Oh, this fucking pisses me off. So, Elon Musk. I mean, don't get me started on Elon, right? So I've got some issues with Elon and Tesla and the Solar City. I've got a lot of issues, but I'm with them on this. Like, the utility companies wants to charge $8 per kilowatt on a monthly fee. So if you have 10 kW solar,
$80 a month.
$80 a month.
It's ridiculous. Like, what is the point?
Well, I mean, they're losing money, right? So they're losing money, and apparently California's different than Arizona, like, because our rates are like 12 cents a kilowatt hour,
12, 13, yeah.
So our rates are reasonable compared to even the demand rates that we have over here. So like, even those demand charges are reasonable in a sense to California, where they're at like 30, 40, 50 cents. A kilowatt hour.
The price of power in California is just absolutely ridiculous. And that's why a lot of people want to go solar in California, is because nobody wants to pay those ridiculous prices for electricity. Like,
well, I mean, if you got a 6-year, like if we're paying 10 cents a watt and we got a 6-year payback in Arizona, you go to California where you're paying 30 cents, that's 2-year payback. It just, the higher the electric bill, the more solar makes sense.
Right.
But this is just capitalism at its finest, which, hey, capitalism, I agree. I'm a fan of capitalism. I love it. I love freedom. I am not a fan of price gouging or monopolies, and utilities are a monopoly.
Yep.
So,
in most places, there are some places where you get to pick and choose.
It can be argued either way, right? So we got two utilities here. One of them is governed by the Corporation Commission. The other one is a sovereign nation. It has something to do with the tribal. I'm not entirely sure what it is, but some of them, they're governed by themselves, and some of them are governed by the corporation commissions or other jurisdictions.
And here it's pretty much wherever your house is, pretty much. They have certain jurisdictions, certain places where they send power to that you don't get a choice.
Right.
It's either APS or SRP, and wherever your house is, that's the one you get.
Right, and they maintain those lines. So they've installed and maintained those lines. So in that aspect, I agree that, hey, that's their customer. They've provided the lines, you're the customer. But that's where the monopoly comes in. You don't get a choice. Now, I've heard in other states, and anybody out there living in other states, let us know, that they've decommissioned those lines to whomever can monitor that power and bill, whoever can facilitate that power. They have agreements with the utility.
There's also states where you can't push when you put a solar system on your roof, you can't push that energy back to the utility companies. So there's states like that too, where you have to program everything to only produce.
Hawaii's like that, right?
Hawaii's like that, yeah, where you only produce what your house is using at any given time.
They also have horrible energy rates too.
Yep.
But the utility is the reason that utility acts like it's a burden on their system. I mean, I remember when they first came around, they're like, oh, now we got a size for the inrush and the export. I'm like, listen, electricity flows where it flows. You can't have an export and an inrush
at the same
It's
time.
just not possible. The amperage is the max of amperage on that line that they've got going, wherever, right?
Yeah.
But the utility doesn't size per amp. They size, like they have a different,
Yeah,
they have a
do
different code,
things,
right?
yeah.
They do whatever the fuck they want. They have different rules to play by. So this is tough. I think that's a thing that they're going to start. I don't know if they're doing that yet. I think
could be.
I don't know. That's funny, but just get out of California. Run.
Get out of
Run.
California.
You can't make this shit up.
He's right.
That's crazy. Also, on another note, I'm gonna say some shit that's wrong. Fuck off. Okay. Woo! I buell. I jewel.
Love that money.
Yeah.
Oh, oh, yeah. Look at that arc flash. I mean, you're talking about pulling a live load, right? So there's obviously live load down there, like he's pulling it. I don't work on these things. I have no experience in the power lines.
No.
I know that they're all high voltage, like really high voltage, 2160, like
Yeah.
thousands and thousands of volts. I don't. My license covers 600 volts or less. So if you guys have questions outside of that, well, I don't know shit inside of that, let alone outside of that. That's definitely a heck of an arc. I think, like, depending on like where the phases are, like, could that jump? I mean, I'm sure there's guidelines they're following to keep that shit from hitting another phase or
Yeah.
or whatever. But
He knew that was
There's
gonna
got to be some safety
oh yeah,
precautions.
this happens for sure.
Yeah.
It's kind of like in the low voltage, like, we're considered a low voltage contractor, even though people call low voltage 12 and 24 volts and all those small like phones, data cable, like.
Yeah.
But realistically, we're low voltage. 600 volts or less is low voltage license. I mean, when you got a load even on low voltage, you're
On
gonna see
anything.
you're gonna see
Yeah,
an
you see
arc.
an arc.
It's gonna want to make that. It's gonna want to keep that path when you pull it off, but not at this scale. This voltage is crazy. But that's why they get paid the big bucks, right?
Woo.
Woo! You've probably never seen one that big.
Yeah.
All right, decided to get some ink inspired by the trade. Apprenticed.
Ooh. Ooh.
So this guy's an apprentice in the union.
He's committed.
Klein? Klein tattoo?
Are we guessing?
Yeah.
Remember, kids, electricity will kill you. That fucking jerk electricity. Look at little Sparky guy. He's got a
Little
light bulb
Sparky.
nose and an outlet for an ear.
And a knife. I don't like it.
No tattoos for you.
No.
Right?
I got one.
Oh, you do?
Yeah.
Where?
Don't worry, apprentice. I don't like his.
If you're lucky,
just-
you'll get to see it.
It says wow.
Right on the butt cheek.
Wow.
Sometimes it says mom.
Roy Orbison.
Sometimes it says mom.
When it's on his head.
When you turn it,
When
yeah.
you turn it over. Oh, that shit's funny. I ain't that fucking bad. Like,
Yeah,
he's like-
for what I
like,
thought it was gonna
he
be.
goes,
Yeah, it's not that.
I just wish they would burn some of these places down. What? Fuck. I mean, that almost looks low voltage. Like, maybe it's a number 6 or a number 8. I don't know. Like, is that half inch, 3/4? Is that THHN? I can't tell. But it's definitely a lot of, like, they were like, oh, you can get 360 degrees in a bend.
Shepherd's hook?
You need, yeah.
Just bend the circle into it?
It's even more. Like, you can get 360 degrees in a bin before you need a box. Well, let's just go ahead and put 360 degrees in a bin just for fucking shits and giggles. There's all sorts of shit wrong with this one. If you had to pick up one thing in the picture that bothers you the most, what would it be?
That bend,
Oh.
this thing, with this coming out of there, because where was it sitting before? Like when this conduit was inside of this coupling, like where was all of this sitting before?
I don't know. But what bothers me is this LB. Like, can't you just turn the box up and just go straight into the top of the box like this? I mean, it all bothers me, right? No straps, like first of all, we're not using these fucking 4.0 boxes, 3.0 boxes as junction boxes in the ceiling. It's just not, we're not doing it.
Foursquare.
I mean, if it's the last thing on my truck, like the last thing on my truck,
Yeah.
and I'm like 3 hours away from the supply house,
3
then that
hours.
shit's going in. But this isn't happening. If I run out of conduit and I found that and I have that and the box is the last thing, like I'm going to the supply house.
And what's going on with this like low voltage communication wire? Is it
think-
like in that like is it coming through the the face of it, it could just be going somewhere else on the other side
It's
of it.
just,
It could
I think
be
it's just
like,
on top of it.
yeah, it could
Or
be on top of it.
It could
Yeah.
be communication wire, but it's missing a wire nut right there. I think we've got a guy that thinks that they should burn this building down, not because of the bullshit electric, but because of this.
Yeah, so bad.
Fucking
That's funny.
insulation in the ceiling tiles. Like when you're trying to get up there, oh, some of that stuff's tough.
That's scary.
That's funny.
Insulation sucks.
And there's probably people that look at this that don't know electric. Like they don't know. They're like, what's the problem?
What's wrong with it?
Like, why is he saying that? Got a call that this do-it-yourselfer needed some help. Electric Proudfoot. .jpg. That's his name.
That's fucked up. That's a fuck up.
Oh, this is a fuck up?
Yeah.
Sorry, Electric Proudfoot, we fucked up your name.
Okay.
Sorry.
No.
It's fine. Just leave it. I mean, I like your name. Electric Proudfoot. Okay, well, let's start with the obvious. The obvious is this isn't rated for outdoors. You need a hub in the top. If anything, well, you got to cover them screw holes. So there's a hub that comes with that thing that you need that, and then you need a Myers connection or a rigid. Like you got to use a hub or a
Going
Myers.
into the top of it and make sure it's weatherproof. Yeah, 100%. Each brand has a specific one, or sometimes each can has a specific hub that needs to go in there. So.
What do you think this is? I mean, and then look, it looks like a Romex connector with a plastic bushing on it, which they didn't even put. Maybe they should have
bushing
put
in
it on
there.
the back. So this is obviously Romex. So we're looking at maybe a riser for residential. Goes up, utility comes down, meter socket. Out the back is a Romex to their panel probably. Arizona, most everything we do here is an all-in-one outside. So it's the meter and the panel together. So he's missing. This probably was supposed to go in here. You got to protect those wires.
Yeah.
He's probably already fucked up if they turned it on. He's probably already itched in there. You know, he Electric Proudfoot, he's got you halfway there. I mean, you just have to take it all apart. I mean, he's almost done. You just got to take it all apart and put it back together. Well, I tried to save myself some money, and, these electrician quotes I got were just outrageous. How much is it going to cost me now?
You to fix it? Yeah.
Well, now you got to pay for them to tear it out.
Yep.
Well, they probably had to pay to tear out the old one anyways, depending on what was there. It's hard to say what was going on.
Yeah.
Guys, is this safe to reuse? I'm not an electrician.
Yes.
No.
Yes.
You were wrong.
I was wrong. Just a little spritz of some water. Clean that up.
I think that's probably what caused that. So
spritz
of
of
some
some
water.
water.
He
Sarcasm.
was listening to us
Sarcasm.
from the last episode.
Gordy offers a bunch of smart controls and stuff that works in their panels. Like they have like lighting control panels, all sorts of stuff. I can't really tell what this one is because it's fucked up, and you can tell it started right here.
Yep.
This is
Yep.
right where it started. It blew through the face of that. Fucking billowed
Fire.
billowed smoke and fire out. It was definitely hot. I think this is bent because of the screws. I don't know. Is he screwed into the fucking mounts or the dead front? Like, I don't know. It's fucked up. No, it's not safe to use.
What is happening? Is the panel sitting too far into the wall? Like the actual can too far into the wall? So like this is all back in the wall, and when he put these screws in, it tried to pull it.
It definitely looks something fucked up.
Yeah.
Well, because this, I mean, yeah, who knows? Enter at your own risk. No, don't. Obviously, we're not giving advice to anyone to be stupid. We're stupid enough. After taking online electrical engineering class.
Oh man.
I thought I was going to say after taking one online electrical. Right, here we go. Nope. His fucking pliers got stuck.
Did you see the guy?
What? Who's that guy? Where'd that guy come from? So obviously this guy's just fucking around with hot wires, trying to strip, and he's got either the neutral on the hot, or the neutral on the ground, or the ground and the hot. The hot's hitting ground and neutral there, fucking up his pliers, caught his pliers there. But who's this guy? Where's this guy running from out of the fucking scene?
Yeah, I'm the little kid running out the door.
So much going on.
Oh, yeah, his pliers are still on there. And he's gonna grab them again. And they're welded. They're welded shut. He got them out. And then somebody jumped out of the ceiling with a flashlight while a kid was running down the wall. Oh man. That's hilarious.
Is this Africa, you think?
This looks like another country.
Yeah.
I mean, we have some experience doing electric work in Africa. It definitely looks familiar.
Yeah.
I was surprised to see some of this wire in here, but yeah, I mean, it could be. It's definitely a different place for sure.
Redline Electric and Solar, Malawi.
So if this is in Malawi, give us a call. We can help you. Other than that, that's all we got.
Yeah.
So, see ya.